Hello and welcome. I'm Peter, the host of this channel. And on this channel, I share my experience as an independent explorer in the world of the occult, the unseen dimensions of consciousness. If you're watching this, I don't believe it's by chance. You've been guided here for some reason, and what I have to share today might just open a new chapter in your spiritual evolution. Recently, I spoke about how my third eye has become more refined. At this point, I can communicate with many kinds of entities with it. And I don't just mean spirits like angels, demons, or the spirit of nature or space. I mean simpler yet more abstract entities. Things like books, places, buildings, and structures. If you know what animism is, you know how this is possible. Today, I want to share what happened when I turned my third eye toward a very specific object: the Grand Grimoire. A book on black magic. Not to perform rituals, not to follow instructions, but to observe its presence, its intention, its aura, the metadata, the data behind the data. So this is the story of the moment I looked into the soul of a book. Oh, and by the way, if you find that this video is to your liking, then please give it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as it really motivates me to create more content like this. So I sat down, closed off my physical senses, and focused entirely on the Grand Grimoire with my third eye. At first, there was nothing. Then, something emerged. And I'll be honest with you. This book felt dark. Deeply dark. I don't usually speak in terms of evil because I don't believe in its existence, just as I explained it in one of my earlier videos. But the presence behind this book was unmistakable. Even the PDF version felt like a portal. What I sensed was a vast opening, like a gateway, which then took form as a massive shadowy figure, tall, horned, filling almost half the room. It didn't attack. It invited. It pulled. It lured. That is the power of the third eye's perception, by the way. It detects layers the physical eyes cannot. It was intense and unforgettable. Now let me be very clear. If you treat this book as fiction, fantasy, or horror, you have nothing to fear. But if you intend to follow its rituals literally, you are stepping into a very different path. A demonic rabbit hole, or a demonic roller coaster ride. And this isn't just my opinion. There's a passage from the Grimorium Verum, a kind of sibling book of the Grand Grimoire, that applies here as well. It says, "Part of the fascination of this text is no doubt the many grotesque and criminal elements, such as using a human skull and blood. This is particularly true in the appended Amazing Secrets. These should in no way be regarded in any other way than horror fiction. Anyone attempting them literally is more likely to end up in jail or a hospital for the criminally insane rather than experience true magic." That says enough. But at the end of the day, you are free to practice any kind of magic you choose. But remember this: magic begins with the practitioner, not the tool. Your intent is the message. That message moves into infinity, and the response returns as symbols, patterns, and strange life situations. The magician should not obsess over explanations, because true magic does not unfold inside the narrow limits of the three-dimensional world. This 3D world is only a thin slice of infinity, and infinity is where magic truly operates. Infinity is impossible to fully grasp. So is the other infinity. Zero. They are opposite ends of the same mystery. Everything we see and perceive takes place between these two infinities. In order to understand the powers that infinity holds, we would need to be able to multiply, divide, add, and subtract with infinite and zero. We just simply can't. There are mathematical rules that make sure of this. So the mystery remains hidden from us, and thus become part of the occult, part of you. So let's explore it together and see what treasure do we find inside you, because that's what this channel is all about. So that is it for today. Thank you for listening. Let me know your thoughts and experiences in the comments down below. If you want to sign up for the Proxy Spirit Experience, you can still do so via my email in my bio. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. More love.